So a lot of times I'll get asked questions about a given stock from somebody, especially if they find out I used to work as an analyst. And my first question is always, so why do you own it? This is the first thing I'll always ask to somebody. And you'd be shocked how often that draws a blank stare, or someone has like a very poorly prepared answer for that question. So this video is just to talk about kind of the absolute basics of the basically two things you have to have in your head in order to own any individual stock. And if you don't have it in your head, then you're probably going to get separated from your money. Okay, so you have to know, first of all, what the company does and why specifically you own it. What are your reasons for owning it? If you don't have those two things in your head, when the news changes, when sort of sentiment changes on the company, or if it goes through a correction in the stock price, you're going to get panicked out of it, and you're not going to be able to, you'll be unmoored because you don't have like sort of a well-articulated reason or set of reasons for why you own it. And this is why the investment notebook is so important. It's why, for example, I did my series of videos, videos 61 through 67, where I talk about my 6 things that I look for in a given stock before I'll invest it. This all goes towards why you own a specific stock. And the problem with stocks is they're more work, right? It's actually a lot easier cognitively and sort of emotionally too to just stick with index funds or with whatever mutual funds your employer's 401k plan offers you, right? So it's a lot easier in a lot of ways, and so I understand why people don't want to traffic in individual stocks. It's more work, okay? So the basics are just those two things: what the heck the company does and why do you own it? What is your set of reasons for owning it? And then, if you want to go to take this kind of to a little bit more advanced level, more of a meta level, you're going to want to know, obviously, the thesis as we're talking, why you own it. So the thesis for the investment case, but then you also may want to be conversant in the consensus view and how your view differs from that consensus view. And there's another video in this series of videos on this channel called Variant View Investing, where you can go through and understand Michael Steinhardt's approach to looking at investments that way. And finally, the catalyst. What's the trigger event that will cause a realization or an increase in value of the asset? So, we have these sort of basic things that you have to know. And if you don't know what your company does, you're toast, right? But if you want to take it to the next level, you're going to want to know some of these other things as well. What does consensus think about it? Well, this is a meta question that helps you think through how to think what other people think, right? Because if you think the same as everybody else thinks, but you think you're doing something totally original, you're also going to get separated from your money. So how do you identify what consensus thinking is? And then do you have a variant view that is rational, that makes a lot of sense, right? And so on. So, you have to know what you own, right? And if you don't know what you own, you can't responsibly own an individual stock. I just think that you're just going to get separated from your money. So, for a lot of people, index funds, mutual funds, they're fine. It is more work to own stocks, and this is the stuff that you have to have command of in order to be a good fiduciary for your own capital. All right, thanks for watching.